Hello everyone, it's Loretta and I am super excited today because we are at number 10 in my craft fair series for 2018 where I show you what I am making for my upcoming craft fair, which is the very first one for me in July. It's on the 28th, so it's about, 2 months away or so, a little over that. But there are some other things that are coming down the pike that I have to take care of, so I do need to get some more stuff made up and then just put the craft fair things on hold for a few days and catch up with some other obligations for both my Etsy store and my online store and some things that I'm going to be making to take with me for swaps at the Scrap and Stamp Expo, which is coming up July 20th and 21st. So, if you're going to be in the Atlanta area and you would like to meet up with me, send me a private message. We'll see if we can't make that happen. Anyway, I digress. Today's number 10, like I said, and we're going to be making acrylic Post-it note holders. I have been making these for years. I have several videos here on my channel of how to do them, if you're interested. And this project was also published in Scrap and Stamp Arts magazine. The information as to the page and the issue and all that is on my website up underneath the Published Works tab, should you be interested in seeing that. So, this frame came from the dollar store, and generally in the past I've recommended against buying the ones from the dollar store because they're not very sturdy. However, they have stepped up their game. I am very pleased to report that. These are really pretty good darn quality. So, they have this plastic film, which you already saw on them. You need to take that off. Okay, alrighty. Honestly, you're going to just need a couple of things. We are going to be needing the acrylic photo holder, of course, a hot glue gun of your choice, a paper trimmer, some scrapbooking paper, and of course, Post-it notes. Now, if you want to decorate this with some flowers or whatever you've got, I suggest that you go ahead and get those all gathered up as well. I haven't decided yet. How's that? I think that's a pretty good scenario myself. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and open up this Post-it note holder. And we know that this one is 6x4, so I'm going to go ahead and see if it's truly 6x4, and it looks like it is, so that's the 4-inch, and let's see if it's 6 or bigger. It's actually a little bit bigger than 6 inches, so there's that one. And so I'm telling you, you can make 100 of these and not spend much money. I am going to be charging $5 a piece for mine. I think that they will sell very well at that price point. You can also make these to where you have panels like this that can slide in, and the recipient can just change them with a month. So, I hope that makes sense. This is a little tight, so I'm going to be right off camera there. Did I just share with you guys that these are much better quality than the ones in the past? I hope I did, because they are. So, I am going to simply slip this into place. Now then, this part you do not have to do, but I'm telling you flat out, it really can make or break the project by just doing what I'm going to do next. I don't know what it is about this time of night. The dogs have to bark. Should bark. I'm going to put some of my score tape right here on the inside and right here on this flap. go on and take the backing off. We figured out what we were doing wrong, we can do it right. Now I'm going to make this one as if it is going to be given to a right-handed person. And so it's actually easier if you're right-handed to reach over to your left to right. So I'm just going to put this post-it note where I want it to be. And push it down, give it a nice burnish. Crease the top. So stinking cute. Now you can stamp something right here if you so desire, and I think I'm going to do just that. Somewhere on my desk, which I should call the nightmare desk, honestly folks, I just need to clean it up, and I have it. I have been having myself a good old time, tell you what. Okay. Alright, my friends, I chose to do one additional thing to this post-it note holder, and that's I got out a 2 1/4 inch scallop circle punch and a 2-inch scallop punch, and I cut the circle out of paper from this pack. And this is just some light lavender cardstock that I also punched out to use in this project. And if you'd like, you can always add some dimensional adhesive behind these. For today's video, I am not going to do that, so we're just going to use some glue. There's all kinds of fun sentiments on here. I'm going after that just a note up top. I have removed the just a note from my stamp set, and now I'm going to take a look and see if it's going to fit on here as is, and it actually will. Let's see what it looks like to stamped like that. You can always do something a little different, but these stamps work better once I've seen ink a few times. This is my favorite things hybrid black licorice ink, which is fabulous for Copic coloring. Today I am just going to be using it for my notepad. I was also thinking about stacking it just a note. I really like that idea actually better. So all I'm going to do is just pull my stamp off my block. I'm going to separate it between just and a note. I'm going to line that back up on my block. This is a sign of a lazy stamper right now. You can see that I have another stamp on the back side. Remember, there are no mistakes in stamping, only embellishment opportunities. Let's see how that looks. Oh yes, much better. And as you can see, from the first time I stamped until this one, it is starting to really absorb that ink, which is what we want. You can also go A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And there's the ink. I'm going to clean up anything that's on the bottom, and I'm going to put the stamp where I want it. Now, I'm sure you probably can't see through it from the angle I've got the camera, but I can see it. So I'm going to eyeball it. If it's not perfect, nobody but me is going to know. And then just hold it down. You can either count to 6 or start singing your ABC song, or name all of your children and your dogs, whatever you want to do to make sure the ink is transferred. Straight down and straight up, and there it is, and it's absolutely perfect. Now I'm going to use that glossy accent. You can use regular glue, of course. Bring this back over. Center that onto the post-it note, and go ahead and take a little bit of my glossy accents or glue, whatever you got, once again, and tape our thyme and put it down just like that. I am going to grab a couple of flowers for this, and I'll be right back. All right, my friends, I have gathered some flowers from my personal collection, and I have this container that contains some stringy dinks. These are mostly butterflies and flowers. There are plenty of videos out there on how to do these, and there's even some on my channel. If I remember, I will place a link in a card or down below in the description box for you. But for sure, if you have any questions, send me a private message or an email. You can visit my website, whatever you need to do to make that happen. So I have decided that I want these flowers kind of up towards the top, so they won't be in the way of someone using the notepad to write with. I'm just going to use hot glue. You can use E6000 if you'd like. This is definitely one of those, do what you love, what makes you happy. Let's see. I'll put that one right here. That's looking very nice already. I'm starting to think that this might need to go over here. Plastic leaves that I can use instead. So I'm going to go on and I'm going to use some glossy accents on these just because they're so slick. They will probably adhere a little bit better with glossy accents than without it. Once you get these where you want them, you do want to leave them alone so they will dry. Kind of wedge them in there. That one came loose, so a little bit more glue. I actually recommend, if you're going to do this, to put the glossy accents on. Let it sit at, just for a few minutes, and then go from there. So I don't think Mr. B would be very happy in there, but he is cute. What I do like is this little tiny blue butterfly. And here's an even smaller blue butterfly. It's very, very easy to go just a little bit overboard with these, but there's that. Butterflies in a whole bunch of different colors, so I am going to put some glossy accents on him and let it sit while I move my hot glue gun out of my way. So now let's decide where I'm going to put my butterfly. As of right now, I think he just needs to kind of perch inside of the flower, kind of like that. I don't know. I think this is going to be, it's kind of tricky getting, there we go. That looks really pretty. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put something on the back. Easiest thing to do is cut a piece of paper and glue it back there, which is honestly what I am going to do, but I will tell you that if you plan to make these and have them where you have a different piece of paper for every month of the year, then I would just put lace or ribbon or something behind those. But since that is not the case, we don't have to do it that way. So I would normally wait until this was dry, but it's not, so we're going to hope that nothing actually flies off. And I just took a bead of this Glossy Accents, which is really a great product for this type of thing, and I'm going to place my scrapbooking paper into place and give it a really good rub. The only reason I'm doing a rough trim first is that way it'll be easier for me to hold on to this while I finish trimming this up. These are paper scissors. They are not meant for fabric. So if you heard my rant about my good scissors being used for paper in the past, you'll know why I said that. So here we go. Nice and neat. Isn't that pretty? You could also, if you're making this as a gift, you could so put like a teacher's name back here, initials. The possibilities are endless. It's honestly just limited by your imagination. So, and the little butterfly did tilt a little bit, not a big deal. Let's see. I have some of this trim that I got from Hobby Lobby that I think I'm going to put on the back, but before I do, I noticed that this is not trimmed the way I would like it. Hold things in place, and it's too loose here at the bottom for my liking, so I'm just going to take this glossy accents and just run it around the bottom, just like that. And as you can see, it is completely invisible. You do not see that adhesive. So, alright, so here we have it so far. And I'm going to take a piece of this and kind of roughly measure. Okay, decide where you want this piece of trim in this case. I think it's going to go right here towards the middle. We're just going to put a little bit hot glue there. Grab our trim, kind of slide it over the top. Once again, I would like to remind everyone, use reasonable caution when you're working with something like a hot glue gun. You don't want to burn yourself. Through the years, I've built up quite a tolerance to the heat of a hot glue gun. So, if a tiny little drop gets on my hands, I don't really even notice it, but I have not burned myself at all. With this hot glue gun, it is a professional grade like they would use on construction. It goes up to 400 degrees, so alright. Now, I'm going to show you how to make a matching pen. Alright folks, to make a matching pen for this little desk caddy, and I'm starting to think I need to charge $6 for it just because these pens are freaking expensive. This is an RSVP pen. And this is what you need for the job. You're going to need your piece of scrapbooking paper, and you're going to cut it to a little over an inch. You don't really honestly need an inch, but I have found that that works about the best. And I'm just using the scrapbook paper from the back that was left over. I see a little cobweb. Clean up your work when you're done with this. So all you do with these RSVP pens is you just take it, you unscrew it, and take out the pen with the barrel. It doesn't matter if these pieces are a little long. So you're fine. So just take your fingers and kind of just curl it up. It'll kind of want to curl in on itself anyway. And we're just going to roll this into a tube inside that barrel, but for now we want it kind of tight. So there's it rolled up, and I'm going to just go ahead and place this inside my barrel. and gently push it into place. Do not be in a hurry, or this thing's going to crinkle up on you. I'm just pushing the actual scrapbooking paper down with the end of this pen. Now that it's all the way down, I'm just going to take my scissors and clip off what doesn't belong. Don't worry if it's sticking up out of the top like that a little bit. You're not going to see it once it's screwed back in place. You're just going to take that and screw it back into place. Just like that. Now it's ready to be packaged and tagged for the craft fair. And during this video, at first I said I was going to charge $5. I have now decided it's going to be $6 because of the cost of materials involved. And I'm hoping this will be a really big seller. So wish me luck. Thank you once again for joining me for the 2018 Craft Fair Series. This is number 10. Stay happy and be a blessing. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.